I would like to know why it is that healthcare is allowed to discriminate against age, why they're allowed to discriminate against race, and they're allowed to do it based on that they're healthcare experts, and they have some radical over reckoning our racist ways. So you reverse the racism and then it's okay. I mean, don't we have laws in place for this? Against this? I mean, really, it's how you're reshaping Gen Z retention. Yeah, the healthcare system has always been screwing over the older nurses. They have, and every older nurse, hell, if you could get them all to get a class action suit against American Nurses Association and every one of you bastards, you'd have the entire country. Because it's never something that stopped. Yet you are the people that think that you are the experts to tell people what is best. And you use your bullshit medical jargon to justify your racism. Whether it's reverse racism or racism against blacks back in the day, or being discriminatory against older people. I mean, you outright... It's just baffling to me, because most people would be like, oh, so that's what so you're basically saying we're not interested in others. And as you can see in this second paragraph here, with 1,800 employees, the company offers a minimum hourly wage that automatically increases at 6 months, and an earned wage access tool that lets employees access their pay immediately. It has also shortened the hiring process to allow for quicker employee onboarding. I've heard of that often, and yet it seems that you will quicken the process for the people that are younger. Not just you, it's across the board. That healthcare, they seem to be able to get away with discriminating against people. Well, they really want everybody fresh out of nursing school, because then they can, manipulate them, as I've said in other videos. But they shouldn't be allowed to get away with this. It's such a slap. And God, the very profession you work for, they just continually, since the beginning of their founding, slap you in the face any way they can. I mean, talk about just wanting to demoralize people. And this is why nursing is the way it is. So, do you know how ridiculous it is? Like, we used to be able to just go in, fill out an application. That was way easier. But then technology came in, which we were told was supposed to make everything easier. But now you not only need a resume, you need to go on and fill in each and every little box, okay? And they make it more tedious every year, okay? They just want to make more work and more bullshit. Now it's to the point, you're a registered nurse, you took your board, you have your license, okay? And yet they want to make you take these tests. To apply for a job, just online, many times it takes close to an hour. Yet years ago, before technology, you could get it done 15, 20 minutes. So what has technology done? It's just made things worse for the everyday worker. But of course, for the younger nurses, you'll shorten the hiring process. You'll make it much quicker. So you outright discriminate. And they all do it. And something else they all do. They all think that it's okay to reverse race it. Like they think it's okay to not only just reverse, like this is the people we're going to focus on. And they justify it because they say these are indigenous people. So you think that's okay for you then to reverse racism? Yeah, let me show you what they say, because it's bullshit. They use this bullshit. They should be gone after, because you should have to be held to all these hospitals, all of you, and the American Nurses Association and medical, you're all part of the problem, as I say, because you have put this shit in place with this reverse racism crap. And you're doing, I've said before why you do it. You want to keep division going. You're globalists, but you should all be gone after. Because just because you're in medicine or nursing, and you're at the top, and you have no oversight over you, or these hospitals have no Joint Commission should go after every one of you hospitals. So should the Centers for Medicaid and Medicare. Federal government should rip all funding from you. And you may say, oh, they can't do that. We have to get paid. We have to take care of people. Well, how well are you taking care of people if your organizations and your nursing associations and medical associations outright discriminate against age and race? Increasing Native representation in healthcare is an essential step in addressing racism as a public health crisis. Again, so misguided. Likely somebody that, PhD. Okay, likely, people just so misguided don't have enough insight into themselves to recognize that all you are doing here is reversing racism. You're not making anything equal, are you? And that's what our country was supposed to be about, is being equal. But that's why everybody running healthcare, it's just... You're such a disgrace. You are still keeping this racism stuff going. It unbelievable, worst leadership I've ever seen in nursing. I mean, at these levels and at the chief nursing officer's level. And see that they excuse away their racism against everyone else because they're addressing racism. Do you see what kind of manipulation game is being played there? God, I never should have became a nurse. Forward PSU equips Native students with the support, mentorship, and opportunities they need to succeed in healthcare fields where they can make direct impact on reducing health disparities. Yeah, that's another word that's got to go. It's just a word that used to mind control people. So really, this is sort of like what your colleges were doing before the Supreme Court got rid of because affirmative action was racist. It's not picking people based on their merit. You're picking people based on their age, based on their race, and then you're justifying it because you're saying because of indigenous people, or you're using this, we have to address racism. No, you don't. You guys have been racist. You were racist against black people. That's what American Nurses, that's where all this comes from. So American Nurses Association was racist in their past. That's what they told everyone. And they came out and apologized to black nurses. So just because they were doesn't mean the rest of us were. I just want to, remind people of that, okay? Because I didn't ever know that was their history till 2020. So should any of you hospitals be taking advice from people that you can't recognize how you're reversing the racism, and yet you're manipulating yourself and others by, oh no, we have to address racism by reversing it. You can't see that that's exactly what you're doing here. You're not making it fair or equal for all. No, you're doing just like the affirmative action shit was that the colleges did. And the greatest thing that Supreme Court ever did was, the greatest thing the Supreme Court did was overturning Chevron deference. And again, let me remind nurses that are still in the field, Chevron deference means when you're threatened that they're going to report you to your nursing board, they can, but your nursing board is an administrative agency. So it's not the same way anymore. So you would get your fair rights to go before a judge. So before they just go reporting you, they'll think twice because they don't even know what they're going to do right now. Yes, our nursing board, accreditation board, all of that stuff is, it's on the line because it's part of the administrative state. And Chevron deference, when that was overturned by the Supreme Court a few months ago, that knocks all that out. How that's all going to work, I don't know, but it's nothing like it was before. And just to remind people, there's not a nursing shortage. HR just doesn't push the applicants through because it's all part of the globalist agenda.